Okie dokie. So, I am on my phone today. As you can see, I'm at the office and not at my house studio. Been trying to get all of the small stuff packed up and moved over here, which has been crazy because I did not realize how much stuff I have, which is a absolutely crazy amount. Hi, Kim. So, I mean, like, I'm gonna kind of show y'all. There are boxes. Hey, Angel. Hey, Amy. So there are boxes and boxes of stuff everywhere. So we are going to be doing some organization videos because we're going to change up some stuff. Because I need to be able to find, and I don't know if y'all have this issue too, that with your craft stuff, if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. Marion, I think in some instances you can. Hi, Sherry. We're getting there, Steve and Crystal. It's just been, it's crazy. But like, I have a dresser that I take and put a lot of project stuff in, and I put stuff in cubbies. Well, the problem is whenever I put stuff in cubbies and in the drawers, it gets lost. So I went ahead and ordered a new shelf that isn't super deep, that I can place stuff on, so that way I can find it a little better. Jean Campbell, no, iron-on vinyl does not go bad. So got that coming in. Hi, Lisa. So I still have the furniture and stuff to move. Hi, Susan, but we're not going to move the furniture till after tomorrow. So I don't know if y'all know this, the link is in the description box. We're doing a breakaway session with the MBM show, which is the national business magazine that does graphic stuff. And there's gonna be some other content creators, t-shirt side hustle, and we're gonna do like a live Q&A and talk about business and stuff like that. It's at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, 8 a.m. Mountain Time, and then I have no idea what time for Eastern and Pacific. You can sign up for it if you want to. The link is in the description box. I think if it asks you for a reference, use the code Cuttin. I think that's what it said. Thank you, Steve and Crystal. Always remember that. But yeah, you can check that out if you're interested, because it's, especially for the business aspect of it, I think it'll be a good session and y'all might be able to learn some stuff. So anyways, it's linked in the description box. That's the only thing linked in there, since it is, I buy storage stuff and then find out it's the wrong size. Trust me, I understand on that one. Another thing I wanted to go ahead and, yes, we should do that. And I'm going to show that too. Like, we're going to get organized together, because I found so much stuff that I forgot I even had by moving it. And like, I don't understand how I have so much. Now, I know some of it's makeup and stuff like that, but I mean, just the amount of craft stuff I have is crazy. And decorative stuff. I've got so much decorative stuff, it's not even funny. It's like, but I have things that I love, and I'm not like, see, and Steve and Crystal, I go through phases where I am like super trying to get everything organized, and other times my organization is managed chaos. Like, chaos is my middle name. That's how things go. But yeah, no. But we'll get it all situated again. I mean, well, one thing I would recommend, Mary, is take, and on heat transfer, you can write on the front of the clear plastic, not because that's not going to go on your shirt, to be able to differentiate. And then on like Oracal 651 or your adhesives, you can write on the back of it. That's always a great idea to label, and then have like a designated area for your heat transfer and a designated area for your adhesive. Especially when I'm working out of the store, everything is in cubbies up front, so everything in the store is very nice and organized, so I just go grab from there. So, but that helps keep me organized. Then you don't want to reorganize. I get that, Autumn. Like for me, it's like, it's a mess. And there's always so much of it. Yeah, today's topic is organization. That's what I'm saying. Like I've got, it's crazy. And then like I went to, oh, I like to shop too, Patty. That's like a big thing for me. Like I went to Hobby Lobby the other night and I got a massive tie-dye kit because I want to do like a tie-dye video and some other fun stuff. And I'm like, do I really need more projects? No. Did I want more projects? Yes. I have so many cubbies of stuff that I'm like, I'll do something with it at some point. Which, I mean, I will. And it's good to have it, especially before Craftsmas starts, because y'all know how Craftsmas is. It is a new project every single day for like, I think it's like a month and a half. Yes, and you need to use some more. Oh, and reminder, speaking of vinyl, we have the heat sensitive and the light sensitive. The Fashion Flex is on sale this week. So it is typically $7 a sheet for a 12 by 19 inch sheet. It is on sale for $5.95. So there's 4 colors in the heat sensitive. Red, blue, orange, and black. And in the light sensitive, there is pastel red, pastel yellow, and pastel blue. And I'll tell you, Stephen Crystal, my husband had a pretty good Father's Day. We went and like gave him his gifts and stuff like that, and he racked up, because our family we love giving gifts, and we give good gifts, or at least I feel like we do. And then after that, the kids made him breakfast, and then we went out for a little bit, went over to Best Buy, because our Best Buy finally opened up to where we could go inside, and bought him a game, and then we went and had ice cream at Marble Slab, and then we went home and cooked him dinner. So all in all, it was a pretty good night. Just, you know, super chill with just my husband and the kids. Try to keep busy. But yeah, no, things are finally, yes. Well, we used some of them. We redeemed them to get, we had enough to get a $25 gift certificate. So we saved $25 on his game. Because we buy a lot from Best Buy. Well, Patty, what is he into? Because you could make, like, if he's into certain characters or things like that, you can get some fabric and make like a banner or a homemade poster kind of thing for his wall using heat transfer or adhesive. You could take and decorate, like for fishing, you could make him a really cool personalized tackle box. You could take, and if he's got like a favorite video game character, you could make some decals for his PlayStation or whatever game system that he likes, or something to put on the remotes. So there's lots of ideas like that. And that's how it is. Like, well, Mary, right now, no. We were planning on going to Disneyland this summer, and then that kind of got pushed to the wayside because of the Rona. And with everything going on, like, because we were going to go for, well, it's supposed to open soon, Stephen Crystal, that with everything going on, as much as I love Disney, we're not going to go back until everything's open. Like Disney World, like they have sent out what they're going to open up whenever they reopen. One, there's not going to be any park hopping. There's no character meet and greets. There's no character meals. There's a lot of the shows and stuff like that they're not going to be doing, like the Festival of the Lion King, the Finding Nemo musical, Enchanted Tales with Belle. So a lot of things that we really, really love are not going to even be able to be things that we can do. So we're not going to go back until it's back to normal. Yeah, no fireworks, no parades. So in as much as I love Disney, and y'all know I love Disney, it is not worth it for the amount of money that you have to spend to go to Disney World and not be able to have all the experiences. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's part of the reason why I love the Disney bubble. And then on top of it, having to wear masks, which, yeah, I see. I don't know a whole lot about, like, with the water park and stuff like that, Steve and Crystal. But they just announced today. So tomorrow we have to wear masks in the store. We now have to wear masks everywhere because cases are going up so much. Well, and we were used to, like, I always fast passed everything. Like, I would book our fast passes for the morning so that way I could get the rides that we wanted to. And then book fast passes throughout the day. I am not one to like to have to stand in super long lines, which I think the longest ride that we had a line for was like Flight of Passage. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that. Yeah, hopefully they get that all situation. Everything set up, like fixed, Gwen, because that's what makes it fun. Yeah, they just set it up here where we're at in Southeast Texas, or in Jefferson County, that we have to wear masks everywhere. And like, to me, I don't personally like wearing a mask. I mean, I'll admit it, but it's 9,000 degrees outside. It is extremely hot and extremely humid, and it makes it very difficult to do anything with that kind of heat and humidity. I mean, it's just crazy. That's one of the things that we deal with. And yes, and I get that, Linda. It's for the greater good. We haven't really, I mean, that's one of the things I've said. We haven't really gone out much. Like, we went out and did a couple of things on Father's Day, but not a whole lot. You know, because I feel like you still have to live your life and things like that. But, I mean, we really haven't been anywhere. Yeah, it is extremely hot here, ANC Printing. Well, Patty, I do have a couple of business videos. So if you go and look, you'll be able to see there's several on starting a business. And you might do well to check out the link in the description box and trying to come watch the webinar, the Zoom meeting webinar thing tomorrow. Well, and Steve and Crystal, like, that's my thing is, like, we have really followed social distancing. We have been very careful at the store. We sanitize everything. But that's part of it, is you still can't go out. You know, that, I mean, yes, you still have to kind of do things that are fun, but limited, you know. And you have to realize that when you do, that you're going to be taking a risk. But yeah, I mean, Texas and Florida, I know Texas has just gotten terrible about the number of cases. Well, yeah, and that's part of it, is they're not going to shut everything down again. And Texas was like, I think we're at number 5 now for cases in the country. So it's just growing up and up and up. And I'm wondering how they're going to do with school and things like that when it goes back. Because trying to follow, we're in Southeast Texas, Sherry. Well, Mary, I think once you get used to it a little bit more, you will, font combinations will work out easier. And playing with your layout, that, and once you get used to it and you're doing it a lot more, it becomes easier. During the beginning, like even whenever I first started doing design work and stuff like that, it was very difficult. Like I felt like I would spend hours trying to pick out a font and trying to place the words in just the right place. And now it's, like you start to remember fonts. Like me and my husband are both terrible about it. Like when we go places, I'm like, that's this font, that's that font. Kelly, you can press it for that, but the part of the reason why it needs to be heated that high is because that's what turns the ink into a gas. Well, yeah, and ours is a small town. Yeah, California is too. It's just, I mean, California was already high on the list of how many cases, and like New York and stuff like that. But that's awesome. I love the Austin area. Well, let me tell you, A&C printing, everybody's stubborn everywhere. You got everybody, like, you got people who are shouting that it's a conspiracy and that it's not real and all that kind of stuff. And that's, I mean, we know it's not true. I mean, so, but yeah, I mean, it's just growing everywhere. So crazy. It's just astronomical. But I'm hoping that we'll have my furniture moved in this week so I can get started on organizing. So we're still going to be posting videos, don't worry. We have something new and fun coming tomorrow. But they're just not going to be, oh yeah. We watched a documentary about the people who believe that the earth is flat. And speaking of Stephen Crystal, and I was like, how can you be so dumb? And they posted on there that, like, they showed a tweet from a flat earther that said, we have members all around the globe. Well, a globe is a circle. That means the earth ain't flat. Well, and see, I have A&C printing. I hope you really don't believe that. I really hope you don't. I really hope you don't. But I have autoimmune disease. I have fibromyalgia. So I try to limit how much I go out. I mean, seriously, you gotta be safe. Well, speaking of things that people believe, you know that there are people who actually believe that are Holocaust deniers, that believe there's like a certain sect of people that believe that the Holocaust didn't happen. I mean, there's certain things like that it's like, how do you believe this? There's so much proof of it. It's hard to deny. You know what I'm saying? What were you taught to not believe things that are right in front of your face? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, China, well, I mean, a lot of Asian countries, they already wear masks whenever they get sick. Um, already. And see, and I don't know, like vacations, Mary. I don't, right now, I would not be going on vacation because the problem is a lot of touristy areas are getting hit really badly with it. You know, as I said, our area is not somewhere people go for vacation. Our town is 17,000 people. That is true, ANC Printing. Well, and I'm hoping like once things get back to normal, if they ever go back to normal, then we'll start to vacation and stuff again. And part of it is like, I have no issue with people going on vacation. Yeah, I can understand that, Connie. So where do I sell most of my products, Sherry? We do a lot of business online, but we also do a lot in store too. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mary Jane. And that's the thing about it is it's starting to become something that everybody knows someone who's had it or has died from it. So, I mean, it is a very real thing. But yeah, no, I sell quite a bit both online and in store. But it kind of ebbs and flows. So, you know, certain times of the year, in store, it's not super busy, and online is, and vice versa. So it just kind of depends. Which is like with any business. There are certain times where you do really well and other times where it's not so great. But yeah, I don't know. Playing with staple remover. Susan, I do not do any of the epoxy. Yeah, no, I need to finish putting, like, I have to put stuff up. Like, that's one of the things is we've been moving everything around. What is the size of your heat press, Cassandra, or do you use a heat press? Because you order for the size of your heat press. Those paper transfers are, yes, you can still get them, and you can buy those transfers like Avery makes them. We sell some of the, we sell Specialty Materials brand. Well, it's 9,000 degrees outside and it has been raining all week. So, but I mean, the paper transfers, like those kinds of things, they're not made to last. I mean, you'll be lucky if you get 10 washes out of it. That's just not what it's made to do. But they're a good, cheap alternative for a cheap t-shirt. Thank you, Pamela. I love to hear that. Did I make my shirt? No, I bought this at Target. I have an obsession with like band tees and stuff like that. Bakersfield is extremely hot. Like when we lived in California, and it's just not California. Like I like to visit there. It just not where I want to live. Well, see, Patty, my thought on it is I can make almost anything, and I really can, between all the machines and things like that I've got. I can. But on certain instances, like this shirt was $12.95 at Target. And I have the Target debit card. Maxine, if you're wanting to know about my Hotronix Air Fusion, that is about $5,000. And then you have to have a compressor with it. They're extremely expensive. But that's if you're doing just basic heat press work, that is not something that most people need. I have it because I do direct to garment and I have to switch pressures a lot. So that's why I have one like that. But for the most part, that's not something everyday people need. But what I was saying about shirts and stuff like that, yes, my kids say that all the time. Direct to garment, like, I'll show you. This is my brother direct to garment sitting right over there. It is a big printer. That is a GT3. We paid like $25,000 for it. And it prints directly onto the shirt. You have to pre-treat it, but it'll print white ink. So it could easily print the design that I have on my shirt. We use it to make photo shirts and stuff like that. Well, Maxine, they have automatics that aren't that expensive. You just need to look into it. They have them that are auto release and things like that. But yeah, no, so that's what it does, and that's why I have it. Because you have to dry your pre-treat on a certain setting, and then you have to dry your ink on a, yes, they have some cheaper versions, but the brother, I really do love that machine sometimes. Other times I'm like, it sucks because it's finicky. And they have a newer model that we've considered getting, but then I'm like, do I really want to spend that again? Because, you know, it's kind of like with a car. They're always going to come out with something newer and better. But what I was saying about, like, this shirt, yes, I could easily make it. I know how to make stuff like this, very much so. But for the cost of the shirt, you know, $12.95. I have the Target debit card, so I save 5% off of my purchases. By the time it's all said and done, it's cheaper for me to buy it than it is for me to make it, because one, I have to have the time to sit down and design it. So that takes time. So a print and cut machine, well, it kind of depends on your budget. HP makes some good latex printers that are pretty good. Yes, you buy the size for the mat, Mary. So like I use my Steady Betty with my Easy Press, and my Steady Betty is 15 by 24 inches. So I use the 15-inch guide with that. But yeah, no, HP makes a latex printer. We bought, was it last year or the year before, we bought a new one. I think it was, we have a 64-inch and I think it was 12,000. So not, and they have smaller ones that aren't as expensive. And you can take and you, like if your cutter can see the registration marks, it will take, like a Graph-Tex should be able to see the registration marks so it can do your contour cut, because the latex doesn't do contour cutting. Our Roland printer, Cassie, I have done shirts putting vinyl on tie-dye shirts, but we are going to, like I just bought a tie-dye kit, and we're going to show you actually how to do the tie-dye and then how to place vinyl on them when you do your tie-dye yourself. Because most of the time when you get tie-dye, it is washed after it's dyed. What is a Steady Betty? Okay, so I have no idea where it is, but before Cricut came out with their pressing mats, and you can look back on my videos because I've used my Steady Betty. I think I bought it in 2017 from the Houston Quilt Show, the International Quilt Show. We go to every year. And there's this little older lady and man. They created the Steady Betty. It's like an ironing mat that has felt over it. It's made for quilters to hold your fabric in place with the material that's on it, so that way they can iron their seams. And I was like, that would work great with my Cricut Easy Press. So I bought it, and then Cricut came out with theirs. But I would definitely recommend, if you're looking for one, they're a little expensive, but steadybetty.com. They're a small family business and they're awesome. And I think they even sell them on Amazon now. And they have different sizes of them too. So if you do sewing and things like that, it's also good for that because the way that the material that's on the outside really does hold your fabric in place so it doesn't go anywhere. What are you doing over there, Cameron? Sitting? You want to come say hi? Cameron's here today too. It's been crazy. Lots of craziness, but that's not unusual for us. My little man, or not so little anymore. It's not going to be long before he outgrows me.
It'll be a little bit.
Yeah. I love you. But yeah, no. You're so awesome, Steve and Crystal. Y'all are, you do so good at that. Oh, that sounds fun, driving to Tennessee. I haven't been to Tennessee in so long.
I don't think I've ever been to Tennessee.
No, you haven't been to Tennessee.
There's a lot of places I haven't been.
No. Hi, Mary Jane. Yeah. He's definitely looks like me. But yeah, no, y'all know over the last summer I took a DNA test and didn't know who my birth father was. Found family that I'm like brothers and sisters that I have, and they live in Tennessee. So we need to go up there, but that was one of the things we were planning on doing. And well, no travel for us. But yeah, no, I love Tennessee. Heat on poly cotton. 50-50, it can take the heat. That's the thing about it. It can take typically up to like 400 degrees. So it kind of depends on what you're wanting to put on it. Because most heat transfer material, I don't know any off the top of my head that goes off above 350 degrees. ANC printing, I am not a big drinker, like at all. Yeah, Steve, I understand. Everything I thought I was not at all. Okay, so with the holographics, how are you applying it, Jim? Do you have a heat press? Holographics typically require a lot of pressure. So if you have a heat press, that's great. And if you have a clamshell, the way you know that you have enough pressure is the harder it is to close, that's the more pressure it has. Yes, I do order a lot online when I drink. But I like to order a lot online anyway. I like to shop. But yeah, no, so that's how you tell your pressure. The harder it is to close, the more pressure it is. What brand of holographic do you have? Yeah, I wish we didn't have the humidity that we do. That's one of the things that I liked about California is there was like not the humidity. And you can tell we got some humidity. I've got all my little curls going because it's so humid. A popcorn machine? No, I don't think I've ever bought a popcorn machine or anything like that. But typically if I'm like drinking and online shopping, I will take and either buy makeup, I buy clothes, or I buy really weird random stuff on Amazon. Like really weird random stuff. See, and Florida has a lot of the same weather we do, Danielle. Like, we're up on the coast. So we're about, so the Natchez River's not too far from here, but we're about an hour or so from the beach. Georgia, what kind of vinyl? I mean, like you said, it's glitter. Is it heat transfer? Well, Cassie or Cassandra, I always call people that are Cassie that are Cassandra. It's like a habit of mine. I buy makeup in general anyway. Like, so much of it. Like, Melt is releasing a new eyeshadow palette this week, so I will order that because I'm going to place a Sephora order because Natasha Denona released a new palette today. And I was like, well, I'll wait and order on Friday because that's the day Melt is releasing theirs. So I'll order both at the same time. No for wood. Okay, so Georgia, I'm not sure what vinyl you're using, but typically for adhesive glitter, if it's textured, it takes a strong grip transfer tape to even be able to pick it up. So you just have to play with it. And typically you cut it with a deep cut or like a 60-degree blade on your glitter settings because it is a thick material. But anyways, I guess I will end this now. Remember, if y'all are interested, check the link. But yeah, check the link and let me know if y'all are, or don't let me know. Yeah, I have so much makeup, it's not even funny. Y'all will see when I reorganize. But yeah, no, check the link if y'all are interested in doing it. But I guess that's it. So we shall see y'all tomorrow. Bye.